Jasmine.
Hi everyone.
What's been going on today? How you been?
I've been good. It's been raining down here in West Palm, so it's a gloomy day. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. It's nice and sunny and hot outside in Tallahassee here.
I can see that.
Yeah, I'm sitting outside enjoying the weather.
So you want to give everyone a few minutes to get in?
Oh yeah, we can do that on the 402.
Oh, thank you.
Can you see me okay, Anthony?
I can see you perfectly. I'm just trying to, y'all gotta bear with me because I've only been on live like 2 times, so I'm trying to like.
I think I've been on twice too.
Okay. Oh, I see Mr. Moist is on here. Hey, Sydney. What about you, Steven? How have you been?
I've been okay. I went home for a couple of days, now I'm back. So that was a nice little trip. Now, we got our class starting next Monday, so we got to get ready for that.
Exactly. I just got the syllabus, actually.
Yeah, me too.
Did you go to take your test? Is that what you had to go do?
Yes, I did. I took the professional for the first time. That was something.
Yeah. I don't take mine until the end. Actually, I take mine the end of July, and then on August 1st. Okay, no. I take my subject area the end of July, and I take my professional on August 3rd. So I take them back to back, actually.
Oh, wow. Now, when you study, I think you'll be okay.
I've been studying. I've been trying. So.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's the main thing. Got study and just pay stuff for it.
So, okay, so with the live, are we able to save this so it's on like IGTV, or like how does that work? Like, are we able to save this video?
I'm not sure. I think at the end it may ask me if I want to save it, and I'll save it.
Okay.
But I can't see you. You're still buffering. Your picture is your video.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Hey, Miss Bryant.
Okay. Can you see me now?
Yes. A lot better.
Miss Bryant! Trying to make sure you guys can see, that good old name badge. Official.
You were sitting down. What you going? No, you're not getting no nurse. It's not going. No. No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
I got my Barbie.
Are you done watching the Barbie?
Okay.
Well, you finna get ready to take your bath.
Shout out to Victoria's Business.
She's trying to get ready to take a bath, baby.
Shirts for us. Shout out to Jay for asking her to make them.
I guess we can go ahead and introduce ourselves for people who don't know.
Okay.
Hello everyone. I am Stephen A. Moore. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, a senior majoring in elementary education, and I am this year's 2020-2021 Mr. College Education. Welcome aboard.
Greetings and humble salutations. I am Antonique R. Ellis, a fourth-year elementary education scholar from the lovely West Palm Beach, Florida, and I'm proud to serve as your Miss College of Education for the 2020-2021 academic school year.
Welcome. So yeah, we just wanted to connect with FAMU and our fellow educators and people in college education, and just kind of, and candidates, to just kind of introduce ourselves, tell you a little bit about college education, welcome you in, and just kind of have a little bit of an intimate conversation about what we represent and what we're all about.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm originally a transfer student. I graduated from CCC. I did my 2 years there and transferred to FAMU. And this is my last year. God willing, things work out for the best.
Amen to
And
that.
right, I just enjoyed this experience so far. It's so, college education is very intimate. And I like that because coming from TCC, that's kind of what I was used to. Not really being or starting at a big university. That was something I kind of looked into and liked a lot. So coming from there and transitioning to college education, that was just kind of seamless to me because it was kind of an environment that I was already used to. So that helped with my experience.
You know, I had no idea that you were a transfer student. I thought you were here. I had no idea that you were a transfer student.
A lot of people don't realize that, but I guess I just fit right on in.
No, you do. Okay, so with me, I've been at FAMU from the start. I'm not a transfer student. I will say that when I first started, I was a nursing major. I wasn't an education major. I've always wanted to be an educator, like from the time that I was little. I used to always play school with my sisters. But growing up, a lot of people kind of got into my head and kind of was just telling me things like, teachers don't make a lot of money, so why do you want to go and be an educator? Why do you want to settle and not make a lot of money? And so I was like, you know what? Well, I'm going to go into nursing. And I promise you that was the biggest mistake of my life because it was hard, but it was also something that I wasn't passionate about. So that made the classes that much harder. I ended up switching to education, which I should have done from the jump. And I love the College of Education. I love the students. I love the faculty. And I'm happy being an educator.
Yes, I really think education is definitely a career and a choice that you must choose within yourself to go into it because of passion, and this is something that you really have to want to do, I think, in order to be successful. So as long as you're in it for the right reasons, I think you can come out on top.
One of my favorite quotes is, teaching is a work of art. It takes hard work to be an educator. I do not think that teaching is a job for everyone because you have to have patience. That's key. So I think you have to love what you're doing if you're going into the field of education.
Is your side buffing at all? I don't know why you keep buffing a lot.
No, I can see you perfectly.
Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Can you guys see Anthony? Can I somebody respond? Okay, there you go. You're back.
Got it.
I don't know if that's gonna mess with the video. Hopefully not.
Okay.
But okay, we back. But yeah, passion career definitely. Hello, people.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying, wait a minute, people who just joined. Oh, they said they can see us.
Hi, Cam.
Hey, Cam. I really miss y'all. I can't wait till campus really opens back up so we can kind of go back to normal. I know that's going to take a little minute just because of everything. And it's kind of interesting to see how things are going to transition from the in the classroom field to Zoom or online instruction. I'm really intrigued about that. What do you think about that?
Me too. I think it's definitely a shocking and challenging time right now with everything that's going on because we're so used to, being in class, going to class, like normally, like everything being the way that it is. So with us going back and there probably won't be that much face-to-face interaction, I think it's definitely it's something that's going to take a lot of adjustment. And it sucks because the way that I look at it is we have an amazing opportunity to be a Mr. and Miss College of Education, and it kind of sucks that with COVID-19 going on that we probably won't get the full experience that we hoped for because of it, but we're definitely going to make the best of it.
Yeah, I think we'll kind of adjust on the fly and just kind of make the necessary adjustments and kind of play it by by ear, I guess, because it's not really too much we can do as of right now because everything is going on. So we just kind of played our strengths right now, I feel.
Oh, I see a question. Someone said, what made you guys want to be teachers, and have you guys figured out what schools you guys want to teach at or grades you guys want to teach? So let's just answer the first part. What made you guys want to be teachers? You want to go first, Steven?
Yeah. So with me, I can start. With me, I at a very young age, I've always been kind of around people and kind of looked at as a leader and kind of led by example. I didn't always hang around people my age. I would always be around either adults or people much older than me. So that kind of made me just seem more mature than I am, I guess, or the age that I was at the time, or still am really. But I've known for a while that I've always wanted to be a teacher, especially with certain teachers. It was really my fourth grade teacher that inspired me, and he happened to be an African American male, black male. I was actually fortunate to have about 2 to 3 African American male teachers in my life, whether it was like math teachers, so don't worry, and then the other was like coach slash health, whatever. So I was fortunate to have those experiences. So seeing those men come through my life really kind of inspired me, and I was like, oh, I can do this too. I can really be that person that students come to really, who they really look up to, because you don't really see a lot of males or black males specifically in education in general, in all, especially elementary education, which is my major, but in all areas of education. So that was really how I got into it. And then I have a history of my parents were either professors or a teacher at some point in their careers too. So they inspired me as well.
Okay. Well, for me, it's a little bit of the opposite because, well, my teachers inspired me as well, but I wasn't as fortunate as Steven to have that many African American educators. I've always gone to a predominantly white school. My very first all-black school was when I was in, I want to say, kindergarten. I went to Washington Elementary in West Palm Beach, and I had a black preschool teacher and I had a black kindergarten teacher. From there, I was tested for gifted, and I ended up going to Palm Beach Gardens Elementary, and from there, I only had white educators. Even through middle school, I went to Independence Middle School. I only had white educators. I had my first black teacher when I got to high school at William T. Dwyer. She was a math teacher, and that's the only, her and my African American history teacher were the only black educators that I've ever had. And so my first time being at an all-black school again is coming to FAMU. A lot of the educators in my life, such as specifically, like, I want to say my science teacher in middle school was one of my favorite, and my second and my fourth grade teacher, and they were just amazing educators. Like, they were awesome. They made me feel, they didn't make me feel different because of my skin color. Like, I felt like it was my home away from home, and that just inspired me to want to be that for, students as well. I want my classroom to be a place where students can call home when they aren't at home. I want it to be a safe space, and I want to be able to provide that for them. And I just enjoy kids all around anyway, so teaching is just, I didn't ask to be a teacher. Teacher is just, it's in me.
Yeah, definitely called me too. Yeah, and we're both elementary. I think he asked what we want to teach. We're both elementary education majors.
Yes.
However, with my career, I want to, math and science are really my forte. So I want to actually get certified to teach middle school grades 5 through 9 math. And so that'll make me a little more marketable. So that's what I plan to do.
I don't like math. I don't like math, but I've taken a huge interest in the science aspect. For me, when I first started teaching, I was a BPK teacher. I really like working with the younger students, so I'd rather be either, my number one choice is to be a kindergarten teacher, and then a first grade teacher, or lastly, if I had to choose second grade, but nothing higher than second grade. It's not for me. I enjoy the little kids, the snotty noses, the hugs, the pictures, and you're so pretty. That's all me all day.
See, I can do that, but I feel like I would want my students to just be a little bit more dependent or independent, I should say, not as much dependent on me as the teacher or their parents even. But
I
I
would
feel like I can
say
really
it
do it.
depends
I
on the
mean,
teacher because I think I understand what you're saying. They're very dependent, like as in they can't do a lot of things on their own. So it's always, can you help me with this? Can you do this for me? But when I taught VPK, my class was the most independent out of all three classes because from the jump, like I instilled in my kids, like this is how you do this. Like you're gonna learn how to do this by yourself. Like I'm not gonna always be there to help you, especially because I was the only one in the classroom with a set of 20 kids. So it's like I had to teach them those things. And teaching them those things isn't a problem for me. It's actually easy. But once you instill that routine in them, I think it's very easy to get them to be independent. More independent than they probably are at home anyway. And parents will be shocked by that because they'll say, they do this at school? Yes,
exactly.
they do.
Yep. Parents will sometimes be a crutch on the system, and that's something we have to kind of be aware of as educators in the classroom. Some people say, "Oh, I was a middle school math teacher." Oh wow.
Oh,
That is
wow.
what is math. Yeah, I don't really see a lot of people going to the STEM areas too. So I always commend educators who are in the STEM field and teaching it at that.
Kudos to you
A
guys.
lot, a lot of theory, yeah.
I like the science,
I can't do it.
math. I can't. I want to learn. Like, I want to learn to enjoy math, and I kind of found that being in Dr. Fitzpanis's class, but it's still just kind of like, I'm
Well,
not
still,
loving it. Yeah, I don't love it. I can teach it, I don't love it. So, yeah.
yeah, I get that. You can teach it, but you don't know.
I see that Cam said, what's your favorite thing about being in the FAMU COE? And for those people who don't know, COE means College of Education.
Yes.
My favorite thing about
Go ahead.
being in the College of Education, I'm going to have to say, for me, it's definitely the professors. I really enjoy the professors. I love the professors. They're like my family because, Tallahassee is a long way from home for me. It's 5 hours. So I really enjoy building that bond with the professors and the staff. Shout out to Mr. Moyes, Ms. Arrington, Ms. Nguyen, Dr. Newell, Dr. Ansley. All you guys are awesome. I love you guys. And you guys make College of Education a place for me. So that's my favorite thing, the staff, because they make it enjoyable to learn the content. It's not just like, oh, if we're going to class, it's like, well, for me, I'm going to speak for myself. But when I go to class, I'm not like, oh, like, I don't want to be here. It's like, oh, like, I can't wait to go to Dr. Davis's class. Like, what is she going to be talking about today? So, for me, it's definitely the staff.
The staff definitely helps. The staff definitely helps the experience. I would say my favorite part, this is because I'm definitely a people person. I would just say the intimate classroom setting, as I mentioned earlier. That's just something I really, really enjoy because it's like we can get more one-on-one attention with our professors, and then also we can come together as a class. Oftentimes we've done that, me and and so we have classes together. We will come together as a class and kind of figure out things together as a unit, and that's oftentimes more beneficial to students, and we can learn off of each other versus not everybody's going to understand all the time the material that's being taught from the professor's standpoint, so to speak. So that intimate classroom setting is something I just really enjoy because we kind of, we have fun and laugh and play, but we're also serious about our craft, and we really learn and work and strive for greatness. So,
and you don't see that at very many schools.
That's why we're ranked number one. Just throw that out there.
I definitely have to agree with the classroom sizes because if you were in a bigger classroom setting that had over 300 students in a classroom, it's hard for that professor to get to know you individually. Whereas in the College of Education at FAMU, the teachers know you not only by your first name, they know you by your last name. You can come to them and talk to them about very personal issues because they know you on that level. Like you're welcome to come to their office and chat with them. And it's not really like that they know everyone, because I know I have friends and like siblings and cousins that go to other schools and they don't get that same, that we do. They're like, well, how does your professor know your name? How do they know your cell phone number? It's a small classroom. Sorry.
Right. We got another question. Is the curriculum lab still there? Lots of hours put in friendship development. We have the Candidate Empowerment Center is what we have now. It's definitely like a lab for education students, printing there, a lot of tutoring. We have tutors in there as well, one-on-one at that. A lot of resources, books, practice tests, all kind of stuff, material, all that kind of stuff for us. I really like that. But yeah, it is still there, and we do capitalize and use those services to our abilities and our advantage.
True. I agree.
Shout out to Dr. Shakir. She is the one over there, and Miss Bryant too.
And Miss Bryant.
She's a yeah, we love her.
I don't know what I would have done without the CEC actually, because
Honestly,
it makes it like when you're in the College of Education, I guarantee you're going to spend majority of your semester, your school year inside of the CEC, because it's a holy grail. So you can't have the CEC, like you can't have College of Education without the CEC. Do you have any advice for people trying to pass their exams? Okay, so for me, it took me two. Okay, Kim, are you referring to like all exams, or is it just the GK? Because I haven't taken my other exams, so I can only speak off the general knowledge test. So for me, it took me 2 tries to pass my test. I did not pass my test on the first time. The biggest advice that I can give is to study. You have to study. Like, you can't just go into it thinking like, okay, like it's like I'm just gonna pass this. Even if you are that confident and you feel like, hey, like I'm gonna go in and pass it, still brush up on your knowledge and review. I use the blue and white REA book. That's what helped me to pass. But I definitely recommend studying, and I definitely recommend getting with people who have already taken the test. That is one thing that I didn't do. I just relied on myself, because everyone learns differently. So, like, we have tutors in the CEC, but for me, like, the tutors, that just wasn't my thing. I just learned best, like, doing it on my own. But I wish that I would have utilized asking, like, the upperclassmen, like, people who did already take the test for, more advice. Because I think I would have passed my essay on the first try, but I went into it not really knowing that much. So that's my advice on it.
In regards to the GK, just to piggyback off of Anthony a little bit, I've experienced this, and I've talked about this a little bit. I did a project, my actual research project was kind of on this. And I was saying, like, if you think, or you have an idea, or you're thinking about going into education, or if you know already you want to be an educator, and this is what you're set on, like, I already knew. I knew out of high school what I was going to be studying. Go ahead, right out of high school, take the GK, because you are going to be, you're fresh on those skills, those competencies with math, English, how to write an essay properly, all of those things, and you have a better chance at passing it right out of high school than coming into college, waiting a year or two, and then taking all of these other courses that's not necessarily focusing on what the GK is going to test you on. So that's my advice for the GK. For the rest of them, I don't know if any of you guys was hearing me and Zeke talk, but I was just telling her I went to take my professional. I would just recommend just study. Familiarize yourself with the types of questions going to be asked, the competencies that are going to be covered in the exam, and do practice tests. Take the necessary time beforehand, not a week before the test, 2 days before the test. All that cramming, studying, and doing all that last minute stuff is not effective. Study it in advance. Look at practice tests. Use your resources. And on the end, they go live on Facebook often. I try to share those out as I see them, because I get the notifications often. They go live a lot with the GK Math and writing the essay. So just, make sure you use your resources and just study effectively. Studying is really going to get you through passing all of the exams, no matter which one it is. So,
Definitely.
mhm.
Studying.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, just make sure you pay attention in your your core classes because there's going to be a lot of content that comes from those classes that's going to be on the professional, the subject area, and even the GK. So that helps too.
True.
Take good notes in class and keep those so you can use them later for study material.
Okay, so how about I don't see any questions right now, but Steve and I also want to come on here and just give you guys a little bit of our platform and like what we plan to implement as Mr. and Miss College of Education. We didn't get to, I know I didn't share with Steven my things beforehand, and I haven't heard what Steven's things are, so it's going to be interesting for us because I would love to see if they line up already. So, you want to go first, Steven?
Yeah, I would just say I only have like a couple, but one of the two biggest or the biggest I would say for me is unity. I really want to see with the College of Education, even candidates trying to get into the College of Education. Use the people who are already in the College of Education as let's come together, let's check on each other, hold each other accountable because a lot of people I know in the past coming from things have changed now with our new deans and child trial deans, but in the past people would get discouraged because they can't pass their GK and oftentimes end up going into a different avenue or a different area of study. So if we can kind of attack this together and beforehand and know what we're what's expected of us, then we can kind of eliminate those issues and that problem. So really just come together as a group, as a cohesive unit. That's something that I would like to see and want to really be at the forefront with implementing, especially within this next calendar year, or next school year, I should say.
I love it. So, for me, were you done, Steven?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so for me, I actually have 3 points. My platform. So for the C for connection, what I would like to implement as Miss College of Education is more unity amongst all of the scholars underneath the branch of College of Education, not just focusing on like the elementary education students and the secondary students, but also making sure that we include like our music education, our health, leisure, and fitness students, sports management, our grad students, and just bringing everybody together as one. Some of the things that I would like to do with that is creating more like bonding events. Well, don't really know how it's gonna go because of Corona. So, but I want to create more like bonding events and things like game nights and like movie nights and like DIY crafting events, like just things for us to get to know each other. Because I remember one time being in the CEC and Dr. Shakira asked me, she's like, "Oh, do you know what such and such is?" And I'm like, "No, I don't know who that is." She's like, "Well, how do you not know who this is?" And I'm like, you're right. Like, how do I not know who this person is? And like, why don't I know this person? And like, what can we do so that way, that doesn't happen, and so that we are getting to know each other. So I think the bonding events and things like game nights and just like, informal ways of getting to know each other is definitely needed because we are all underneath the branch of College of Education. Like I said, not just elementary and secondary, because people often think that it's just elementary and secondary, but there are lots of other majors underneath College of Education too. Something else that I wanted to implement was I wanted to do kind of like how we have big sister, little sister, and like big brother, little brother. I wanted to do something like that for the College of Education, where we could either do like the upperclassmen and match them with like the underclassmen, but or either do like, the I wanted to do that so that because when I came into College of Education, I didn't have anyone to kind of like.
Oh God.
Okay, so definitely the unity. I definitely wanted to do like the big brother, little sister thing. Moving on to CEO, the outreach, which is the community service aspect. I wanted to add more community service to the College of Education because, we are educators and there is a lot of things that we can be doing for our neighboring schools and our neighboring communities. If you guys were on the conference with SFEA when we went to Orlando, we actually went out to a school where we did a rock garden and we painted their bathroom walls and we added, yeah, I'm like, so we went all the way to Orlando and we did that. How come we aren't doing that, for schools that are in our neighborhood, such as like Sable Palm, Wand Elementary. I feel like there's a lot of things that we can be doing to beautify our own schools. So definitely want to create more community service opportunities, and people could to get their hours. Another thing that I wanted to do was possibly having, if we are able to get into the schools, is to have, like adopt a class or adopt a student, going out and like eating lunch with different classes, reading books and having like story times at the schools and possibly maybe like the libraries. Just things to get us out doing things underneath, the branch of education. And then lastly, the E, which is my excellence, it comes in two parts. So when I think of excellence, I think of it as how can we help our students to excel. And so with that, my biggest...
But with those waivers, that time has passed. I think they had a certain due date or a certain time frame for you to do that. And so right now, I would just suggest you have to see what center is closest to you that's open. Maybe try your hometown. I believe right now Tallahassee's Pearson Center is still closed. I have to double check that, but I know Jacksonville had some open slots. I'm not sure as of right now, but it kind of all depends on what date you're trying to take it. So yeah, that's that. There we go. That's okay. Okay, you were talking about your last point. I addressed the waivers already.
Oh, okay. So I was talking about the excellence. So yeah, just making sure like our students are, doing their best mentally and physically. Because I know for me, a lot of people, you'll see someone walking throughout the building all the time and they're smiling and whatever. And like you think like, oh, like this person's life is like perfect, it's fine, it's whatever. And it may not always be that. So I think that it's important that we spend a lot more time, checking in on our students and just making sure that they are doing their best, because our college can't excel as a whole unless our students are, in a position to excel first. And I definitely want to push that because that's near and dear to my heart. I also want, like I was saying, I wanted to offer maybe like a forum so that way, we're able to build our professionalism more. Mm-hmm. So I think having something like that in place is definitely good. Yeah. I'm not gonna spill everything because I feel like I'm talking a lot. So that's just a little bit of like the stuff. Oh, shout out to I was gonna say shout out to Nasa because Nasa actually shared an idea with me earlier in the process, and she had suggested that maybe we do like a spirit week. And I think that's a great idea to do a spirit week where we have the students dress up for every day during each week. I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, so maybe we can get together and kind of like decide on a timeline like when we can put something like that together. But I think that's definitely a great idea, something that we definitely should implement, just to raise the school spirit in the College of Education.
Yep, I like that. Jasmine. Another thing I wanted to say about just checking up on each other, I wanted to kind of instill like a monthly, almost like a wellness check.
Yes.
Like just kind of check up on everybody's mental health, physical health too. How's everybody coming along with their testing and things of that matter, and how's everybody doing their classes, and just kind of reach out to one another and just check up on everybody's mental health because that's something that's kind of overlooked, and we need to really address that stuff. That's important.
Definitely. Oh, something else that I had thought about doing, which I meant to run by you as well, Stephen. I thought about doing like a Mr. and Miss COE week where like, Mr. COE can do something that's specifically catered to the guys and like Miss COE and do something that's specifically catered to the girls. And that way, Steven's able to touch base and, dive deep with the guys, and I'm able to touch base and dive deep with the girls and have, events that are centered specifically just for them. So I think having something like that would be great too.
Yeah, I like that. Of course, it all going to depend on, whether we open up fully or how much we open up campus. But we'll, of course, play that by ear, keep everybody updated.
I'm praying.
Me too, because it's really, things are going to be a lot better, I think, with just face-to-face. I'm that personal person, that face-to-face kind of person. I don't like the distance and all of that. I need the physical contact.
That's understandable. We've had enough social distancing with all the Zoom classes. Like, I'm ready to get back to the normal flow of things. I think everybody's ready to get back.
Yeah. I think, another thing I was going to say, with everything going on, I think change is good, and a lot of people are not used to change. I'm one of those people who welcomes change, but a lot of people don't like to, everybody's really used to what they're used to normal life, and so change can be good. Just remember that. I want to just put that out there. Change can be good, and that everything is gonna be a sunny day on the other side. So just don't worry right now. Everything's gonna work out for them. Everybody can kind of get in their own head and stress a little bit, which is understandable, but we gotta keep pushing forward.
Definitely pushing forward. There was something else I was going to say. Now I can't remember. I was gonna say something so good. Now I can't even remember what it was. Oh, I just gotta manifest it back. I forgot.
Welcome, people just joining. Welcome.
Hello, people.
Anything else you want to kind of touch on? Before we kind of wind it down,
No. I think I pretty much, well, we gave you guys our side of what we'd like to do, but can you guys go ahead and, comment down below, something that you guys might want to see implemented? Because although we are Mr. and Miss College of Education, and we have things that we want to implement, we represent you guys, and we definitely want to hear from you guys some things that you want to see implemented in the College of Education as well. So if you guys have any ideas, or, just go ahead and you can drop them in the comments. You don't have to comment. You can DM us. If you have our phone numbers, you can text us, because a lot of people have our numbers. We have a huge group chat. Shout out to the freshmen that are in the building, because I did reach out and go and grab some of them. So
yeah, welcome to the hill.
But yeah, we definitely want to hear from you guys, some things you guys would like to see implemented in the College of Education, because like I said, we represent you guys. And it's not all about us, so we want to hear from you guys some things you guys would like.
I wonder if we're going to be able to do the conferences and stuff with SFPA.
I know. I actually just had a training. I just had a training, I want to say, when was that, last week? And I have another one coming up, so when I last talked with Jairus, I think it's definitely still in motion for us to have the conferences. I don't see, as of right now, why we wouldn't be, besides Corona, but right now, they're still, in the works. And, for people who don't know, I do serve also as the SFPA president for this upcoming school year as well. So, go ahead and, if you haven't joined already, be looking out so you guys can join. I will say it is going to go a little bit differently because of the coronavirus. So right now, a lot of clubs aren't going to be able to meet face-to-face. And right now, we're looking at only meeting virtually. So that's a change, too. That's a big adjustment, too. Yeah.
Things will go well in whichever direction they go.
I think so. I think my granny keeps telling me, this one line, which is, slow and steady wins the race. So
Yeah.
things are slowly going to get back to normal. Just don't rush it, because if we get out there too fast, it will probably do more harm than good. So
Yep.
it'll definitely work itself out. So yeah.
I don't think anybody else has anything in the comments.
Yeah, I didn't see anything. I've been scrolling.
Yeah, you can always reach out to Anthony and I. We'll be more than happy to answer any questions, concerns, anything that you're frightened about or whatever to that nature. We're very personal people, which is why we're in this position.
We're friendly people. We're not. We don't bite. So.
Don't bite out.
And I'm very lenient when it comes to giving out my cell phone. So like people are able to get in contact with me. So you can shoot me a text or whatever. If you have any questions, concerns, or any ideas that you want to, be implemented, definitely text me or send chat. Or you can text Steven.
Yeah, you can. You can always DM me or group me. DM me on group me, whatever. But yeah, I think this was concluded.
Yeah, I don't see any more questions.
Thank you everybody for coming on, interacting with us, listening to us.
Thank you.
Enjoy this, 45 minutes?
45 minutes.
Good. We'll have to do something like this again, depending on what's going on with the country and stuff like that. But we'll definitely be in touch and be reaching to everybody from college education. Everybody.
Maybe we'll make it a monthly thing or something. Maybe we'll do this more often, and we'll get on and just chat and talk with you guys.
Yeah, just to reach out and connect. I hope everybody stays safe. Continue to
definitely wash your hands if you're going out.
To just stay clean and all that good stuff. I said that. Social distance, all that good stuff. Be aware of your surroundings nowadays. There's a lot of stuff going on. Y'all know. Y'all be in the media. So I like to know something. But this was a good time, Anthony. I'm just saying, you gotta be aware. And like an adult, that's what you want people to do. Alright. Thanks everybody. We'll see you again next time.
Thank you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for stopping by and chat with Steven and I. And we'll see you guys later. Bye.
Adios.